Σας χαιρετούμε από τα στούντιο της Ομόνοιας. Είμαστε μαζί με τον Αθλητικό Διευθυντή της ομάδας, τον Γέσπερ Γιάνσον, και μέσα από τη συζήτηση που θα κάνουμε θα προσπαθήσουμε να φωτίσουμε έτσι κάποιες πτυχές από το δικό του ρόλο, από πράγματα τα οποία αφορούν την ομάδα και βεβαίως ενδιαφέρουν όλους μας. Mr. Γιάνσον, hello.
Hello.
Thanks for... Καλή σας μέρα. We will try to illuminate some aspects that are of great concern for the people of the team. You got a good taste from the crowd, from the people of Omonia at the last game against Gambala in the field, in the stadium.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fantastic, passionate supporters, and that's the main thing with football. You actually, in the end, you play for the supporters. Mm-hmm. That's the whole sense of football, actually. So the more people, the more passion, the better we should deliver, and that's why Omonia is fantastic, because I love to be in the club with that passion and the support we get.
And we saw the affection on the team.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's also, I've been in similar clubs before, and it's when you deliver and you do the right thing for the club, as on the pitch and off the pitch, then you get double the love back. So that's the main thing always, I think, with football too. And I think as a player, it's you want to play for a big crowd and big support. But then you should handle it also. But that's very much that we try to work within the daily work. Yeah.
You are in the team and in Cyprus for a few days, a few months. How do you feel? What are your first impressions about the country, about the team, football here, life?
Life is very warm and very different. Now I have a very good first impression. I had it already when I came here. It has getting stronger. Of course, some things are a little different, mainly with warm weather, the planning of the training late in the evening or early in the mornings, that you need to consider. Otherwise, I think the club is very professional. I believe we have a very, very good squad. If I compare the quality of the players, I also think we have a good organization, and yeah, I have nothing to complain about so far. Definitely not. Opposite.
It's useful for the people to understand what a sports director in a team is.
So yes, there's many who have over the world.
Yeah,
that's the main thing, is that everybody thinks that the sport director is buying and selling players all the time. For me, I'm responsible for the football in the club, and that includes the organization. It includes to have control over the economy, that it's in the line of the club and the owners' instructions. And then it's mainly also that it's to have a strategy and follow the strategy and implement that to the club. So that's, for me, the big part in to be a sport director. And then in the end, you want to build a good team on the who should hold also not for the next match. It should hold over the years and follow the strategy, and in the end also give the economic to the club, so you can improve all the time. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
So this strategy, can you explain it a little further? I mean, in 3 years we need to take the championship. We need to sell some players. We need to develop some players. What is the main points of this strategy? In how many years do you have this plan to achieve this?
For start with is my contract is on 3 years. So you never know what happened in football, but let's say that the sport director shall be long term. So if a coach main it's like it's more winning the next match. I always my question to a coach is often that, can you think 5 matches ahead? What is best in 5 matches? That's a fair thought that I want to implement to the organization. But for a sport director, it's more like that. You think 6 months ahead, 1 year ahead, and even 2-3 years ahead. And the strategy, obviously, for Omonia is to build a sustainable business that you think about that. How should you develop players? I understand. I've also seen that it's the best academy on Cyprus. We promote the Cypriotic players. At the same time, we want to develop players and sell players to bigger leagues. And at the same time, the crucial one is that at the same time, Omonia is a club who want to win titles, and every match. So that's the hard part. If you just should think that you should win the next match or win this year, then it's quite easy. But then you can interfere and destroy the stability in the club and the economy and everything. But you need to get everything of this go together.
More complex.
And your first actions here as a sport director, you set some priorities.
Yeah, but as was clear last time I talked, it's little different because I come in here quite recently, and with the qualification for Conference League. So we have not so long time to prepare. Normally I would like to have a little bit more time to learn to know the organization, to learn to know the coaches, to learn to know the squad. But we started quite immediately with bringing in players. Actually, we've done already now 5 new players into the squad. Unfortunately, Rakovic got his ACL. That was not mainly for him, very bad luck, but also changed a little of the plans. Now it's more looking into the little bit long-term time, more to think long-term. What happened? Start thinking about later in the autumn, and even start thinking about next year.
So you said first target the entrance in the Conference League group stage, or was this a let's say a secondary target?
No. It's the main goal now is to entering the group stage. Yeah, okay. Absolutely.
Okay.
And first, we are there. We have a tough game on Thursday and a tough opponent, but definitely good chances. But I think also when I start to learning the squad, I believe that we have a very good squad. We have a good balanced squad. We have players coming back from injuries, and we have a cover in all positions, and got good competition. And I also learn to know the players more now, and I see it's some really quality players we have.
Okay.
If that target is not achieved, the entrance to the group stage, does it change your plans, your strategy for this year?
Not really. I think we are quite good. It could happen in a transfer window. It could happen more things. It could players could leave, players could come in. But for now, I'm very satisfied with the squad and the qualities I've seen, and I see also that we have a lot of players who can also develop, learning to know each other, learning to know Sophroni's tactics and everything. Because I only read the history. There has been a lot of changes the last year, with coaches, a different style of playing, and also now a lot of players coming in, and it takes time. Yeah, the perfect example is actually Bezos. It takes time, even if you play around 30 and a quality player. You should learn to know the country, learn to know the club, learn to know the teammates. So that's all about football. You train every day to get better. You
Can we say the same for Moreto? Kasama?
Yeah, definitely. He has only, if I'm correct informed, he only been here for 6 months. I think that's a signal I want to send, because I know I'm a player myself and I worked in this business for a long time. It's not like you change club, you change country, and then everything is running smoothly from day one. It's very seldom. So the potential of the squad is huge.
Is there okay? Are you satisfied with the team's preparation?
Absolutely.
Somebody can say that the team was not actually tested through the friendly game because we played against teams that were not so strong.
Yeah, I don't know what you say. It was I think it's quite equal level of the Polish league and the Cypriot league.
Okay.
Yeah. So prepared. It's for me it's a little unusual. You start and then you have a short period until you come into competition matches. I think the physical team and the coaches have done a great job. I'm used to actually have a pre-season over 2-3 months in Sweden where I were last. Here it was in 3-4 weeks, so it's a little bit different. But I think the new players have come in good to the group, and we have had also a lot of young players with us on training camp and also in training. So good trainings all the time.
Yeah. The team played 3 games, official games, 1 with Aris Super Cup and 2 with Gambala. What are your first impressions, your opinion about the team, the quality, and how far can go in Europe and in the domestic competitions?
No, yeah, what you say, the Super Cup came there. It was a competition, the first competition game. I believe it was an equal game. I think Aris was very clear on and run into a system that they played. I've seen some matches from them from last season. They're very clear how they play. In the end, it was an equal game. They made a fantastic goal in the first half that we couldn't do anything about. And then it was it could be a draw there. So when I look at the level, I see that we have the level of being there. We were perhaps not that ready how we played in that game, but I think it's improving all the time. The more that we train together and learn the relations, it's coming more and more.
Okay, let's touch the transfer issues.
Yeah.
It's a matter of great interest for the people of Omonia. Are you satisfied with the way that it's developing so far?
Definitely. As I said, I think it's very bad luck with Erakovic. He started extremely well and also good profile, quite young player. But still experienced from a different league. He came in and did it really well from the beginning, got well respected in the group, and I think that everybody felt very sorry for him with this injury. Otherwise, I think also the rest of the new players have come in well to the group and in well to the way we play. Kulubale is a great player. Marquinhos is still young. He's going to be. He compete well. Semedo, Cypriotic audience knows since before. He should learn to know the team and the way we play, but the quality is in no doubt. And then we have Simic. You saw late. It's going to be a very big improvement also. Mm-hmm.
So what is the procedure for selecting the players with Sofronis, with Simos?
The committee?
Yeah, exactly. It's all the time. In the end, I'm the responsible for yeah, of course, it's the owner Stavros, but in the end, of course, we have a discussion in the committee, and then we include what Sofronis, what's his thoughts. In the end, what's the need, what position do we need, and then we take the options we have, and then we try to get it into the economy of the club, into the position, into the squad, what's suitable. So it's a teamwork as usual. Yeah.
And your relationship with the coach, with Sofronis Avgousti, the level of your cooperation?
Yeah, it's in daily basics is good, absolutely. We start to learn to know each other. It's a very good person, good coach, and now it's little here in the beginning he need to learn to know the way I work in the long-term strategy.
Yeah.
And I also what he wants as a coach, what kind of profiles and so on. So it's working good, I think. Yeah.
Allow me to ask if there are any disagreements so far.
No, not really. Not really.
Okay.
It's of course all I've been so I say in this business for a long time. Coaches wants to have players.
Yeah.
All the time. That's the main thing. But then you should actually get it into a group, into the economy, into the long-term plan. So, and in that sense, we have a very good dialogue, me and Sofronis, and Simos is, of course, into these discussions also. So it's very clear, and for me, it's more the club have a philosophy that we need to follow, and it's 11 players who can play from start. If we don't change the rules or something, but it's 11 players who can play, and I believe that it's not always the more the merrier. You should keep the players on the right mental place, and you should keep the competition, and you also have players who can develop, so we can't close the doors for them. And I see a lot of players who can. Now I don't only talk about the young players, but I see players who has much more in them to develop during the coming season.
So we can say that you believe that in the transfer issues, less is more?
Many times it's less, yes, absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But this is the football nowadays. It's the interesting part. It's following the silly season. For me, I have one example. I can't remember what year it was, but Real Madrid won the Champions League 2 years in a row. And I think on the team picture before the final, both years, they were standing exactly in the same positions 2 years in a row.
True.
And that's very interesting, because sometimes it's also saying no to players, which is the main thing. And it's always going to be speculation, but I'm that one that you need to believe in your own players, and you need to believe in that training and playing together makes the team better.
Mm-hmm. And the people you mentioned before, they want transfers, they want players all the time. You said about coaches, they need right now. Do you need any players to come in? And if you decided to make a move for some transfers in this period?
Yeah, but as I said, it could happen, but we don't bring in players just to bring in players, and it should be one who is a good complement to the squad. And as for now, without calculating on the younger players who have made it good on trainings, we have 2 players in each position. We have probably could be 1 or 2 too many. Only look at on the keeper setup we have. It's fucking amazing. 4 keepers in a club like Omonia with that level. You should handle these issues also. Yeah, and it's only one often who stands in 90 minutes. So that's mainly a reflection and what I noticed. It's not many clubs who have that. And an example for a position.
We saw Rakovic that he got unlucky, and we lost him.
Who?
Rakovic.
Yeah, Rakovic. Yeah.
So we are not going to replace him.
I think we're done. We have Simic came in.
Simic is a winger.
Yeah, Simic. If you look at he can play number 10 also. He can play left wing. He can play number 10. He can play right wing.
Aren't we going to?
And then definitely we have Bezos also, which I believe is going to be a key player for us.
Mm-hmm. And for the centre forward, for the striker?
Yeah, we have Kakulis and we have Karim. Yeah. I also believe that Semedo can play in that position. So, yeah, probably Bezos also. If we should go through all the team, but I'm very satisfied with the balance of the team. It could be something more is happening, but then it should be also not just. It should be that it increase the level of the team and that it fits into the short term and long term strategy.
So you would say that you will need a different type of player to come and help the team in these positions.
No, I'm not really sure about that. We see. We work with this all the time, but it also should suit into the building the team. And for me, it's always building the team, which is most important. To keep. We work a lot now to bring up the energy and to bring up the confidence and self-confidence, I believe, in some players. I see little that. I want the players to go out with a high chest and really believe in themselves and in the club. And I think that's the main thing at the moment. As I said many times now, I'm very satisfied with what I see of the squad.
So, to get it clear, it's not urgent for Omonia right now to make some more transfers?
Not urgent. It could happen, I don't say that, but we are not in the urgent, and that's a good thing also.
Are you seeking for players?
We, all the time, as I said, we have our scouting team, we work with this every day, we are also in contact with it, but it's not sure. For me, it's, we sit in a very good position, I believe, and that's also including when you sit in negotiations, because then you're not stressed about it. It's not that I feel an urgent need in any position, no.
What about Amo?
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Okay.
He's a player, you know, Amo. Tell us his profile and how is he right now, if he can, his fitness.
Yeah, we'll see. It's of course, it's a high-level player, but it's more.
It's your project, actually.
It's very. If he had some a difficult year behind, but the quality, if fit and if in balance and everything is order, it's a very high-quality player. We see what happened there. I don't want to really comment on that yet.
Any chance we'll see a player from the current roster leaving until the end of the transfer window?
It could be possible. You never know. As I said before, also we have some high-profile players who and a tough competition in the squad. That could be that, like I say. If you play in a top team as Omonia, it's not the same 11 every weekend. You should handle that situation. Also, we we have interested players, so that could happen. But if that happens, we also are prepared on that cases.
Do you have an interest from another team for in front of you now?
No, nothing concrete. No.
Okay.
It's these times. If you around the supporters speculating, it's also the markets is speculating a lot. It's all the time. It's
okay.
Speculations about players in and out everywhere in the world.
Okay, we spoke about the development of some players. Omonia have developed players like Jonis, who was sold to MLS. Now is Loizos, Hambos, Kagoulis. There are some players in the first team. Your opinion about these players, young players, and if you have any more projects coming up from the academies?
I believe it's coming up from the academy all the time, I believe. I was watching an internal game there. I was very satisfied with the level and intensity of that game. It will be very interesting to follow. The young boys who was with us on the training camp also do it well. According to these players you mentioned, I said it before, and now when I've been here for a while and seen them live, I think it's much bigger potential in these players than they almost believe themselves. So I would want them to what shall I say, yeah, to show more, because the potential. Not work. They're working very good, but up, like I said, up with the chest. Believe in yourself, because the quality is there, and I think also we in the club and the surroundings also need to believe in that, because the players you mentioned has some extreme qualities. You have Nicolas also, who is hopefully start training today, and Kakulis, when I see his stats from last year, he creates most chances of all players in Cyprus, and he has some extreme qualities with his speed, and I see on training also he deliver all the time. With relations there, Charles Lampus came in and did it really well. Last game has more to offer, I believe. Luiso, I think in the away game in Azerbaijan, I saw little of his qualities. I want him to be there even more, not in fragment. He need to be on for 90 minutes all the time, and get in closer to the goal and do his dribblings and finishing. Yeah. So it's a lot of development on those players.
You choose some players that, as you said a few days ago, are high impact players in the structure of the roster in the team, and some players that are considered to be hot prospect. Tell us a few things about the newcomers.
Yeah, I mean, the newcomers, I think, take Marquinhos, for example. He's, for me, he's not young, but on Cyprus he's young. Yeah. But he is still experienced. He's played in Switzerland, he played in Shakhtar Donetsk, he played in the highest level in Brazil, but still in the age that he can develop. You see little on the age structure. For me, it's not young players, but it's a little bit younger. And I believe Hungary. I see Kolobali is in the perfect football age. Even Simic, Erakovic was also, and I believe also that we should be able to trust even younger players because they have hunger and they can develop very fast.